Guys, finally naglabas na si Xiaomi ng kanilang budget series. This is the Redmi 10C. And alam natin, this is one of their best sellers na below 7,000 pesos. Grabe guys, nung before yung 9C, it was really a blast. Ang dami naghanap nun. I mean, sobrang sulit kasi ang specs for its price. Now, 10C lumabas na. Gusto ko i-share sa inyo ang tatlong reason bakit nyo kailangang bilhin to as your next daily driver. Tara, usap tayo! So hey guys, nakita na natin ang full unboxing nitong Redmi 10C. Very simple lang siya and it's one of the cheapest na phone na meron ni Redmi. This year, sobrang binif up ni Redmi itong phone na ito, si Redmi 10C. Imagine, for that price point, 6,299, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, and 7,299 for their 4 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage. Meron ka ng Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 na, well, sa mga ibang phone, no, sa ibang brands, it still costs you around 17,990. Dito sa Redmi, I mean, 6,299 mabibili mo na siya. Sobrang, I mean, jaw-dropping. Makukuha mo na yung processor na yun. Plus, meron pa siyang 50 MP na main sensor na camera. Then, malaki ka ng screen, 6.71 inch na IPS LCD. Plus, Corning Gorilla Glass protected pa siya. Imagine, I mean, sobrang sulit. So ngayon, i-share ko sa inyo ang aking top 3 reason bakit kailangan nyo bilhin tong phone nito, no? One is dahil sobra siyang mura. 6,299. I mean, yung presyo pala, it says it's all. Grabe. Yung isa ibang phone around that price point, well, yeah, pero hindi masyado kilala. Like, let's say, example, the CoolPad, Cool 20, around 6,200 din siya. You get the MediaTek Helio G80. Dito, Snapdragon 980. Snapdragon na, nakukuha mo dito at that price point. Sobrang, I mean, the price is sobrang jaw-dropping. Then, yung brand is kilala. And, I mean, wala ka pang hanaping iba eh. Yung price pa lang is the total game changer na dito for me. So that's my first point. Second point is 50 MP ang kanyang camera module dito sa likod. Dual camera siya, 50 MP na aperture 1.8, 2 MP na aperture 2.4 ang kanyang depth sensor. I mean, normally sa ganitong price point, medyo alam na natin, crappy ang camera. Given ang mga presyong 6,000, I don't think na you'll be getting any decent camera. But this one, as we go along, papakita ko sa inyo, this phone can take in some nice shots. Kahit ganito lang ang kanyang presyo, 50 MP ang kanyang camera, it can give you some really decent shot. And my third reason here kung bakit yung kailangan bilhin itong phone na ito is that this phone sports a 6.71 inch na screen. Corning Gorilla Glass protected na siya. At this price point, guys, madalang ka makakuha ng ganon. I mean, sobra siyang ganda ng kanyang screen. You can watch your favorite videos, play your favorite games dito sa phone na ito without any problem. And of course, syempre, since Gorilla Glass protected na siya, medyo scratch resistant siya. But of course, you can always protect it with a screen protector para medyo iwas ng mga sugat. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper. So, since sinabi ko sa inyo, this one has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 680. On other phones, normally, it's a little bit pricey. Hindi siya bababa ng 10,000. For, let's say, for example, Oppo A95, it is priced at around 17,995. And this one, grabe, isipin mo, ang price na 6,299 versus 17,995. Ang layo. And their Antutu score is almost the same. Kay Oppo A95, you only get 235,000 points. This one, you get 244,000 points. I mean, it's not that far, given it's the same chip. Of course, syempre, there are some properties na hindi na-unlock dito or maybe meron doon sa isa, wala dito. But overall, I'm still impressed. I'm still blown away by the fact na this one was able to pack in a 680 ni Snapdragon at that price point. Well, dito sa wireless sa 3D Mark, hindi naman siya ganun kataas sa 443 na points. Well, it was still able to defeat ni Oppo A95 with a score na 360+. Would you believe na itong phone na ito at that price point, level 1 siya sa Wi-Fi security level? Meaning, pwede ka pa rin mga HD na, well, palabas sa gusto nyo, sa Netflix. I mean, grabe, di ba? Isipin mo, 6299, level 1 ka na. Pwede ka naman doon ng HD. Now, itong phone na ito is having a 6.71-inch na IPS LCD. Though, alam natin na AMOLED is always better, but at that price point, I mean, di ba? Ang laki ng screen, malinaw naman siya, bright naman. And scrolling on social media like Facebook is pretty smooth naman. Well, of course, hindi mo expect yung smoothness na makukuha mo sa mga 90Hz screen refresh rate. This one is only just a 60Hz. But, well, of course, given that price point, I don't expect na makakuha ka ng 90Hz screen refresh rate on 6,299, no? Now, watching my favorite videos on YouTube is okay. Wouldn't really say that it's the best experience on any smartphone na na-try ko, but I can say okay siya, pretty much watchable. I mean, di ba, you don't really expect too much. But masasabi ko siya, legitly okay manood dito ng video kasi malaki ang kanyang screen. Now, probably one of the hindi ko masyado gusto is medyo malaki ang kanyang baba dito. Plus, medyo malaki din ang kanyang teardrop sa taas, which takes out a lot of space. Though yung kanyang side na bezel is not that thick. Now, one of the surprise dito is that this one is a USB Type-C. Normally, on this price point, makukuha mo micro USB, but this one, it was able to give us a USB Type-C port. Now, sundutin lang muna natin ang SIM tray. Tingnan natin kung ilan SIM slot ang meron nito. And yes, it's a triple slot, meaning meron kang dalawang SIM slot plus micro SD expansion. Imagine, di ba? Kompleto. Now, one of the good thing dito is meron pa siyang audio jack. Plus, meron siyang single firing loudspeaker dito sa baba. And gusto na natin malaman how loud ang kanyang loudspeaker dito. Tingnan natin kung dahil mura, it will be crappy and cheaply made. Pakinggan muna natin.
Baby girl, I know you wanna hit it all now. I'm a playboy like Sinatra. See the evil eye every time we pull up. Talking about the face, but that's not us. You know you can call me Dundada. Baby, we gon' pull up to the opera.
After ko ginamit tong loudspeaker niya for YouTube, for gaming, and of course, listening to Spotify, I would say na hindi siya ganun kalakas. And of course, using your favorite headphones might be the solution to the weak loudspeaker on this phone. Now, speaking of games, naglaro tayo ng Call of Duty Mobile dito. Now, this is the settings na meron nito, but I was trying to set my expectation a lot lower. So, binaba ko a little bit yung graphics niya to be able to play the game. So, yes, since mababa ang graphics, the game was a little bit more smoother. Nung nilagay ko siya sa high settings, medyo hirap siya. Mafe-feel mo talaga, nagsiskip, naglalag. And also frame drops, lahat parang nafe-feel ko eh. And pati yung sounds medyo naiiwan, no? But upon setting every settings a little bit lower than usual, okay, playable naman ang game. But of course, don't expect too much since this game, mas masarap siya laruin when you are using on a high graphics. So, the touch, okay naman. Sa screen, quite responsive naman siya. The gameplay was okay. Not the best that I've experienced on any phone. It's playable, but not the best. And of course, the sound is so-so. So, I would suggest na gamitin na kayong headphones para gusto nyo ma-enjoy. But the gameplay was able to breeze through for mga isang oras. So, nilaro ko naman siya. Medyo pinagtyagaan ko lang naman. But, okay, nakapag-enjoy naman ako kahit papaano. Hindi naman masabi hindi ako nag-enjoy. And piling up kills after kills, okay naman siya, no? But of course, syempre, graphics that don't expect too much. Now, for the battery endurance ito phone ito, I can say na okay siya. Makunat ang kanyang battery. I was able to last a whole day dito sa phone na ito upon using it from, let's say, 8 in the morning, then mag-end ako sa 7 in the evening, using for my daily tasks, social media, watching some videos, playing a little game, then, of course, Zoom meeting. Most of the time, naka-Wi-Fi ako, and half of the day, naka-mobile data ako. So, at the end of the day, meron pa around mga 35 to 40% of battery, depending sa araw, no? But overall, I can say okay naman siya. Now, charging naman dito, it has a 5,000 mAh of battery, 18 watts ang fast charging. Now, charging is not the fastest on any Redmi phone that I've tried. Roughly 2.5 hours para mapuno yung battery dito. Medyo matagal nga lang kasi 18 watts nga lang talaga siya. Napag-usapan natin ang kanyang camera right now. 50 MP ang kanyang main sensor, 2 MP ang kanyang depth sensor, then sa harap meron siyang 5 MP na selfie camera. Now, I can say na, one of the reasons sinabi ko siya na is okay ang kanyang camera at 50 MP. And it really shows. So, outdoors, I was able to take in some nice shots. Then, pumasyal tayo sa grocery, was able to take in some nice shots kahit low light. Okay naman siya. Legitly okay. And taking in some selfies dito, well, there are times na okay, there are times na hindi okay. And taking in some videos here, I can say medyo shaky siya. But yung color resolution na is not that bad considering itong price point na ito. Okay ang kanyang camera. Well, I can say pwede na for its price point. I mean, it can even level up to some of the phones from other brands that were mga 10 to 12,000. Halos ganun din ang resolution na makukuha mo, no? So, meaning, it's pretty much not bad na ang kanyang camera. So, guys, if you ask me if sulit ba itong bilhin, sobrang okay. 6,299, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. 7,299 na 4 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage. I mean, Snapdragon 680 alone is okay na. Then, sinama ko ito 50 MP na camera. Then, malaki ka ng screen. I mean, lahat for me, wala na ibang masabi kundi sobra siya sulit. And I highly recommend this phone if you're looking for yung budgeted na phone or if you're looking for a second unit as a backup, pwede to. Redmi 10C. Now guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, click mo yung bell icon para hindi mo ma-miss ang future videos ko dito sa aking channel. And so ako pala si Richard and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up?